Welcome, Lakeview, to this week's spiritual formation moment. This week, we're going to lighten things up a little bit, maybe because of spring, the fact that we celebrated the resurrection this last Sunday, even though life doesn't feel much like resurrection. Let's do a little practicing. So, for the last couple of weeks, we focused on practices that help us lean into the difficulty of life at the present moment because we're in the midst of a time of hardship, of loss and uncertainty. And as followers of Jesus, we actually have permission to tell the truth about how hard these things are. In fact, there is no other place to experience God other than our lives as they actually are, right now, in this moment. So we tell the truth about where we feel loss and anger and grief and powerlessness. And there's this interesting thing that happens to us as we learn to tell the truth about our lives as they are. We begin also to see more clearly the things that we have to be grateful for. Loss often reveals to us what we have to be thankful for. And recently, it's been making me wonder what in my life right now I might have to be thankful for that I might be missing. Loss and gratitude are like yin and yang, or like two sides of the same coin. And this is what Paul says in 1 Thessalonians. Rejoice always, pray without ceasing, in everything give thanks, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. Now, I've always had a chip on my shoulder when it came to these verses because they seemed a little bit overly spiritual, or like Paul had rose-colored glasses on. But I want you to pay attention to one small word in that passage. In everything, give thanks. Not for, but in. So, do we give thanks for the hard things, the bad things? Maybe sometimes in time we do, or we can. But as I was struggling with this thought, I came across this quote on Insta, and it said this. People ask, can you be grateful for everything? No, not for everything, but in every moment. Giving thanks is not a way to ignore what is actually going on in your life. It is instead a way to tell the truth. And sometimes being grateful is a way of telling the truth to ourselves about our lives. I am not thankful that I cannot see my parents and family in this time of social distancing, but oh man, am I realizing how grateful I am for my mom and dad. Hi, Mom and Dad. I am not grateful that I can't see my friends and check in over lunch, but my heart feels how grateful I am for those friends. And I'm not thankful that, like many of you, I spent Easter alone without my kids, but last night when they were home, and perhaps because life has slowed down so much, I stayed nestled in the corner of my sectional watching my daughter on her phone and my boys play chess for over an hour. And as I watched, I said, thank you, thank you, thank you. This moment in time has revealed to me that I'm a little like a kid with too many toys. I'm always waiting for the next big thing to arrive, to give me that hit of dopamines. I've been missing how many things I have to be grateful for in this one little moment. And in this moment, I feel like real good news sparkles more than before. My kid's friend got into his program in university. My friend in the hospital is getting better. I heard news that there is a baby coming in my sphere, and my mom tested negative for COVID. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So here's your practice for this week and for every week. Find the sparkling moments in your day. Maybe it's just the shape of your teenage daughter's nose as she checks her vlogs, or the fact that the sun rises a little earlier, or that we have a roof over our heads. Write them down. Thank God for them and practice noticing. Being grateful is often just the practice of waking up to our lives moment by moment. Or you could list the things that you miss, the people, the activities, and find the nugget in those things that you can say thanks for. Thank God that you have a person to miss, or that you can always buy what you need when you need it, or you regularly enjoy the freedom to go here and there without ever having to ask anyone. Maybe even write to that person you miss and tell them so. George Herbert penned these words, which have been a mantra of mine for years, and I want to share them with you this week. Thou hast given so much to me. Give one thing more, a grateful heart.